Video. Yeah, hi, hello, my name is Julia and I could be your erotic photographer, and this video is about erotic fantasy, and that's a holding fantasy. And I have many discussions about this because this is very, how to say, very popular at the moment, and I've started shooting years ago. And so people are asking, am I a holding wife? How I relate to this, what I do, and stuff, and what is my experience? Do my experience just end ends up, in the studio? And that is video about is talking about my experience. In general, my experience started from 2005. Okay, from 2005. So at the studio, okay, it is one of the things what you do when you're shooting a couple, right? Or and arranging a photo shoot with the model, or you booking a photo shoot for his wife with the model. Yes, that's what you do, you keep your eyes open and you have to film and take a pictures of this erotic fantasy, and that is comes as a watching. Okay, and that is a big part of it, right? But cock holding, what I do is not because I chose this, is because with the closed eyes, it's very hard to take very good pictures. Okay, so no, seriously, one guy was asking me, do you watch? Okay, and I said no. I close my eyes and video like that. Of course I have to watch and I have to focus and not only focus what I'm doing and what I'm filming, but focus in terms of the lens as well, right? To make that footage more interested, to keep the focus, in a different position in and out. But that's the technical stuff. Okay, so yes, that is inevitable thing, to watch how other people making love, or to arrange these type of scenarios with the model so that people like have these memories, have these experiences, that have this type of stimulations, okay, on my watch. And it's not only that I'm watching, I'm telling them what to do. I am directing the shoot, okay? I am bossing them around the studio. I am planning this out. I am dressing. I am putting them in the scene. I am lighting them and I'm moving them around. I'm doing a lot of things during that fantasy, not just watching. I get paid not for just watching. But let me go back quickly to my experience when it started, okay, so that you would know that I have a hell of an experience in this, okay? So when I arrived to London, okay, let me just tell you the truth. From Eastern European, there are a lot of girls who did an escort and a prostitution, right? And an escort, I qualify them in a different way slightly, because the escort is more expensive lady who pays for a property, for a flat where she works, and invites her dates, invites her sponsors, and works there. And the prostitution, where they go to the flat, to the hotels, to the rooms, and sell the services out there. So I knew such girls, and I was living with, and it happens that it was my first job to be administrator in such a hotel, okay, and where there was a lot of services coming from girls like that, and I was making extra money. Okay, I was on a low salary. There was a lot of girls who were coming and working in the night, right? And I was like a bouncer, and how to say, I was the one who would how to say, communicate with clients, and who would suggest the girls for the night or for 1 hour or whatever, right? And at that time, there was quite a popular, like, a maid watching. Okay, I didn't know anything about cook holding fantasies. It was a maid watching. When you are administrator in a hotel, you have a lot of time. Okay, when you have a free time, okay, and when there are a lot of working girls coming, of course they can arrange and they can agree with their client that it will be a maid watching service. Okay, so that's what I did, and I can tell you it happened to me because I wanted an extra income. So at the beginning, at the start, it was really awkward. It was really awkward. It lasted 2 minutes, okay, no more, because I have phones on the desk. I had to reply to the phone calls and stuff, right? But because all this happens in the night, no one is checking on you. There was no cameras at that time. Okay, so I would go into the room when the girls would agree, and I would do that watching for money. Seriously. And at the beginning, I even wasn't watching. I was like, looking somewhere else, somewhere else. And then I figured it out that actually it's nothing complicated to watch how people are making love, It's not hard. At the beginning, there was a barrier inside of me. So I become this cuckold fantasy, how to say, a part of it, right? By the accident, So I was making nice money. No, seriously, seriously. I stayed there for 2 minutes. I would pretend that I have answered the call and I would leave. Okay. And so that's how it started for me. And it was quite easy. It was quite easy. It took me a few minutes to get cash. Okay, so I could I could just go into one room, watch to another room, watch, I was just doing this watching and it was absolutely fun. Okay, but it's not that, how to say, I'm not talking about this type of experience. Co-holding is an experience, and I have communicated with a lot of people who are hooked up on this. Okay, they hooked up psychologically, they hooked up, how to say, by the stimulation, and most of the time, okay, it's related to their cock size. Seriously, they would like to see someone with the huge cock making out, and that is another video, live video. I will explain why this happened, what's happening, and how can, basically, this is like limited beliefs and limited subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind making automatic conclusions and automatic things around our bodies, around our how to say, actions, around our thoughts, around our thinking, and everything is automatic in our life, more or less, okay, or becomes automatic. So it's one of the automatic reactions. What happens with people, people think that they are limited, somehow in their size or in some kind of other actions, and so on and so on. That's related to sexual IQ, to be fair. So this video is about cook holding, and the thing is that there are a lot of people who are participating in this, who would like to try, who are interested, and the first thing, the indicator is that seriously it is a cock size, okay, for them. Okay, and everyone who would book a fantasy like that would like a model with the huge size. And today I was talking with one couple, okay, and it was their picture on oh, let me just plug my computer in because I can see it's dying. What's happening here? Why is it not in? Okay. So what happened was that they just married, or the picture was that they just married, and and he's asking, do you see my picture, and I said yes, and he says, how do you think, do we look good on the camera, during that making love scenes, because they're interested in making videos, okay, but in the same time they asked about the model with the big size, and they would like to try a cock holding family fantasy. And I told him the truth. That his wife will look much better with the model. Okay, so that is how I am. I'm not gonna lie just to get these clients into the door. No, I am always honest to the bone, as much as they can, about the things. And sometimes I maybe, how to say, not right about certain opinions, but everyone, human, makes mistakes and stuff. Most of the time I am. So just let me read this out, because I'm chatting with a lot of guys about this fantasy. Okay, everyone is writing me because they see this and they have these questions, and everyone is, wants the answer. So slowly I will be making videos and just responding to everyone. Okay, so I was just asking why you are watching this fantasies, because he has a relationship he has a relationship, and he has this Mrs. somewhere in Africa. I don't know, some kind of African queen. He mentioned, and they had this experience for a really long time, okay, going on. Okay, and I said, well, there are a lot of relationship, and he says, and she doesn't know, his partner doesn't know anything. I said, well, this is not a secret because you're telling me. So most of the time, if you're telling someone, you probably tell, your friends or someone else. And I asked him why he's doing it, and he's writing me this: a desire to surrender to and be dominated by a woman. And cuckolding is, in my view, the ultimate expression of this. And with both, I assume her husband has a huge size, that have a larger size than me. It adds to the erotism and power and dynamic. So I assume that he is the sponsor of some couple, okay, and he's watching the couple performing for him, okay, on his watch, and that's what's happening now. Okay, this is, how to say, this is the reality, and I'm here to talk about those things, right? Hi, Michael. I see you. Okay, so moving on with the thing. So, like you see now, he is mentioning that he's watching because of these type of stimulations. Probably he cannot get certain, stimulation, and he's not honest already with his partner. Okay, so he has his secret life. Okay, in making threesomes, okay, threesome fantasies, adventures with someone else, okay, and clearly he has some interaction with that lady as well, and so everything goes down to one, okay, to one topic, that he is not that big, okay, and his private parts, how to say, in general, for men, it's very important. They're looking at them, they're touching at them, they're playing at them, they're doing a lot of things, so it plays a big part for men, and and that's what pushes, okay, that's what pushes this kind of self-belief, lack of self-confidence, like a slightly a different, because I want to speak about this in a different movie and explain the things, what, how to say, how you can change this. There was one guy who said that he is stuck, okay, and he is stuck in this situation. His first girlfriend put him into this routine of watching and being a cuckold. I don't think she was his girlfriend. She was that person who he sponsored, and he had certain relationship, okay? And also he was complaining that he was approaching a lot of women, and because of his size, he was rejected by many, okay? And then again, seriously, you think that women just care about one thing, it's just like, how to say, but let it stay like that for now. Okay, so how I would like, because I have so many here already written on this theme that I could just go on and go on endlessly. I just want to conclude quickly because I have another videos to make. Okay, so what I can tell you is that these fantasies, or these husbands coming out there and talking to me, wanting to see their wife or their girlfriend with the other men, started, I don't know, 5 6 years ago, I would say. Constantly there was some, things going on, but I've created a specific service, okay, for this, just because of that reason, okay, because I've got asked. So when I started doing erotic photography, I shot a wide range of erotic photography, and I still do, okay, but there are certain things that people coming back and coming back, okay, and that it means that there is a need to talk about this, explain this, and give some information, okay. That's all what I'm doing. If I'm making a video on this topic, I have a lot of views. What does it say? It says that there are so many people, or so many men with the small size. That's my opinion, okay, and I'm not gonna lie right here. um and there are no one can be the same size and things. I just need to explain more, and there should be an information for men, okay, for their manhood, for their development, of the sexuality, okay, to understand their masculinity, to understand their feminine side. I don't know why no one is talking about, why people only talking how to make money online, okay, why no one talks about the relationship, how to sustain the relationship, how to be successful in certain relationships, okay. I have some toys here in the studio, okay? And the toy starting from the vibrator like that to the dildo like that, okay? And in the reality, I can tell you, okay, the woman in general, let me just give you this, okay? The woman is related to the universe, okay? If you look at the moon, okay, and the moon is changing. The same, it has an impact on the woman. Every day you can see that there is some change, and that's exactly what happens to the woman, right? So it's not that she would need one size. Okay, she would need one size one day, the other size one day she likes soft, the other day she likes rough, the third day she likes someone else. People do not understand that this is important to learn, this is important to analyze, this is important to, how to say, to experience for themselves, because in general sexual experience is coming through your body. That's why you came into this world, to understand what suits you, what not suits you. And I'm not here to judge anyone about the cuckolding. The guy was asking, what do you think about the cuckolding? I said, this is a pathology. He was like, oh, shocked. What do you mean as a pathology? I said, do you think this is normal when you love, care, and cherish your wife and you're gonna go and share around? Do you think this is normal? And he was like, well, if you think this way, I said, you're doing this for your thrill, for your stimulation. It's good that if you match with your partner, which is in the rare cases, okay? Like, that if guys are going on the side and doing a cuckolding like this one I'm talking about, they do not match in this idea, okay? They share some different things what they match, right? But they do not share intimate fantasies, okay? They do not. And maybe if they will, okay, maybe that would stop him. I am telling all the time, don't give children candies. Don't give, okay? Then they will become obsessed about it. I had the first son, and I was like protecting him from all these sweets and chocolates. And all the time I was finding, these wraps in his pockets, under the pillow, under the bed. All his bags were full. He was just obsessed about it, okay? So yes, if you give to the child a lot of sweets, they will eat it for a first month, and then they will be fucking sick of it. And try this. Just try. They would not want a normal food, okay? They will be like done with this. Okay, but people do not understand this. They think that this is the way to do it, to limit, to scare, to shame people, to judge people. I do not judge. I'm just telling the honest opinion. And I can tell you, my opinion is this. You think that everyone should be normal in life, in their sexual experiences, then the life would be boring. Okay, I am not normal. That's why I'm talking about this, and that's why I'm saying the things like that. The normal person will shut shut the fuck up, sit quietly and not even mention, just blink if they will hear this information, okay? But someone needs to talk about this, okay? So yes, this is a pathology. This is not normal. There is something happening in your head, in your brain, in this. Like this guy, I told him this is a pathology. He said, oh, this girlfriend, like, it's like trained me. I said, you was molested, kind of a thing, okay? You was forced into this situation. You got used to. That's all what you had with your first girlfriend. That was your first experience. So what do you think, that it is easy for you to go back? He says, everything what is normal I've tried, it just, nothing works for me and stuff. And of course it is hard to change. That was become automatic. That's what he sees, that's what he understands now. Okay, so there are ways to look at it, and I'm not saying that people should go back or should change. This is your own personal how to say, decision. We are an adult and we decide how we want this. Okay, if we want to have fun like that, no one is stopping you. Okay, the scariest way is to take this away so that you would suffer. Okay, that is the scariest thing. Okay, but that is not normal. That is my opinion. That is not normal. It is not normal when people say, oh, I'm really happy. Okay, I'm really happy. And then they drink, they smoke, they take drugs, they cheat and whatever. They really happy in their life. They not. Okay, so there will be less and less people lying to themselves, understanding what they're doing in life, who they are, connecting to themselves, and will bring some value to their community, to their family, and develop into certain level. I don't know. There is no one happy. If you're really so happy, why are you taking drugs? Your body should produce automatically all the drugs you need. This is the biggest lab, this is the biggest lab that you could, how to say, carry on, take on. It's just you blocking a lot of things inside you. Okay, you need some extra things which you're not producing, and then you ask yourself why, what's happening. Okay, so there are a lot of things to talk about, but not today. I hope I bring some light on there, and there is something interesting to come. Okay, there is some interesting things to come. I still will be talking about threesomes. Okay, this is kind of a threesome. Okay, when people want, like this couple today I spoke about, right? The couple said, okay, we want to shoot, but we want a model. I said, okay, I can suggest this scenario. First, the model will watch and you with your wife and play with himself, and then you can swap, And he was like, great scenario, great. This is what they want. Okay. And so, how to say, give people what they want. And that's what it is. I am not here, okay, to be some kind of like, how to say, I have my own beliefs, okay, and I have my own opinions, okay, and my opinions come from the different background, okay. I came from the restricted community, okay, where we did not even allowed to think about this. I did not know anything about those things where the place where I grew up, everything was blocked. So that's why probably it is, how to say, so fascinating now to be here and how to say, open your mouth and talk about those things. And clearly there are so many people who are occupied by this obsession in their mind. Okay, this thought is landing in their head constantly, okay, and it become already a program, and they want to do something about it, and they want to hear more information, and they want to, how to say, maybe try things. Okay, and that's what you should do. Okay, you should listen, you should hear what other people doing and stuff. Very recently today, one model texted me that she's coming back to London, okay? And she was like, oh, I didn't hear you for a while. And during that time, I got married. I wanted to say congratulations, but I didn't. And then she's texting me, oh, would you like to do this and this, And I was like, you asking me to give you some job, like modeling job. And she was like, yeah. And now we can do a cuckolding scenarios because she has a husband, okay? So she just got married. Okay? And they would like to do shoots like that, to be involved in those shoots. I said, okay, send me his picture. So she didn't send me his picture, but this is where they together. Very nice couple, okay? So basically you can hire, like I say, you can hire a model separately or you can hire a couple, okay? And there are many people who would like, okay, who enjoy, okay, who are open-minded, who could help you to do this type of scenarios. And what is my studio is different is the last thing, okay, because this is something what I've been asked today. So how many people is on set? We were arranging the shoot, talking the shoot, and that was the last question. How many people is on set? And I said, I am the crew. Okay, I am the crew. I spent so many years educating myself on many topics. So I am a director. First, I will plan this out. I will dress you. I will style you. I will tell you what to do. Okay. Then I will show you around, give you the best tips, the best advice, the best options, then I will boss you around. Okay, I will, how to say, I will advise you, I will direct you, from one scene how to go to another, and so on and so on. I will be the one who will be lighting, who will do photography, who will do videos, and you would not believe this. I do a post production. Okay, I'm doing a post production on photography as well as on videos. Can you imagine? And also you can visit my new website. I'm actually the one who's making websites as well, because the problem with my website is everything what I show is very explicit, very sexual, and there are a lot of and there are a lot of guys who are web developers, and they were just giving me complaints saying we cannot work on your video. It's just, I'm getting turned on, it takes me too long time, and stuff. That's kind of a thing. So I even learned to make my website. So I just made a new website, which is the Root Photographer. Why I made this website? Because I did not put any erotic information in there. The reason why I do not put erotic information, because I cannot use my official website with nude photography anywhere in the promotion, anywhere in ads, like anywhere, and even on Google it goes really down because it gets views from that content. Okay, so I had to make how to say a website, and I decided to use it for courses, for workshops for couples and courses. Okay, and I play it very innocent. Okay, I play the game that everything is nice in there, and if you want to go and see, news, you go to this link. That's the video, the website is so funny. Okay, but that's how I should go and play around this. Okay, and this is a reality, and that's why I have to say erotic fantasies are not so straightforward. Like, it's quite complicated to create. Okay, it's quite complicated to arrange. Okay, to set it up, and it's quite complicated, to actually reach out with those fantasies. There are a lot of people who are interested. Okay, that's true, right? But all social media and everything is blocking you out. Okay, so that's how how to say life is made, and we need to play by the rules. So I hope I had some news today about the cuckolding, and you heard some maybe useful information. So Root Photography is my new website, is not finished yet. Okay, it's not finished yet, just a few pages done. But which one you can go is Julia Winter Studio. Okay, that one you can go, and then maybe you can give me some advice and say, Julia, you know what, this one doesn't work, or this one should be differently. So go and look. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.